everybody, and welcome to another... See, I say this when I don't remember the actual number of the episode. 11? Anyway, hello, Roll20 presents Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We're minus our bard today. Elf is away, I think, in the wilderness of Canada, destroying her enemies, I think is the...
Yep.
Winning at LARPing,
Mm-hmm.
I think is the thing, yeah.
Can you win at LARPing?
Episode 10.
It's a 4-day weekend.
This is 10? Okay.
Because of Queen Victoria.
Yes, yeah. So Queen Victoria has given Elf the ability to destroy her enemies in a fantasy land in the middle of nowhere in Canada. So that's good. Elf still, even not being here, leading the most interesting life of all of us. Before we get started today, there's a couple of quick things I want to talk about because we have some dates for things and some stuff is going on. So for the next little while, for the foreseeable future, we're going to be doing 3-hour episodes of this show, which means an hour and a half and then a break and then another hour and a half. So that's the thing that's going to be happening. Obviously, Elf is away today, but we'll be returning next time that we play. And then people have been asking because Saltmarsh comes out, tomorrow? Tomorrow. Yep. So people are like, are you going to be finished with Mad Mage? Are you going to play Saltmarsh? What are you going to do? My plan right now, and we talked about this a little bit with the cast offline, the plan is I'm going to take a look at Saltmarsh this week sometime, hopefully. We'll do that on stream. I'll take a look at it, and then I'll prep that for a little side journey. One of the adventures is appropriately leveled for this group, so we will take these nerds. We will leave the Mad Mage behind temporarily, take a trip to beautiful sunny Saltmarsh, and then come back until September, which is when I believe that the Descent is coming out. The full title of it is what? Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, I think.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Real quick. You said that we would have to have new characters.
For that, it's level 1, yeah.
But
yes,
can I play Makaria anyway?
You just want to de-level Makaria and go back to
Baldur's
level 1?
Gate is where Merkel is.
We'll see. We'll see how we want to
What
make that
if
work.
you played Makaria's twin sister? That's still level 1.
Yeah, right, exactly. Be Makaria's twin brother, Brocaria. Brocaria, yeah. So hey, right, see, Camaria. Yeah, everybody's got ideas in chat. So the idea is, so Saltmarsh is not in Greyhawk in this. Saltmarsh is one of those adventures, kind of like Tomb of Annihilation, where you can drop Saltmarsh in anywhere. So we'll just pick a place, probably like on the Moonsea or something, where everything is crap and everybody's miserable anyway. So we'll send them over there. We'll take a little side journey. It'll be like a Hot Springs episode, but with salt marshes. So we'll do that. And then we'll come back to this thing. And then, yes, as Chap pointed out, the title, we haven't confirmed whether, because every time we finish an adventure, then we check in to renew and see if we're going to do another one. So if we go ahead and do Descent into Avernus, the title of that show will be Roll20 Presents Dungeons & Dragons, Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus, with as many colons in there as you'd like. Just throw them around willy-nilly. Like
you
your
forgot
Mark Reinhagen.
The unofficial title of Roll20 Presents Dungeon Fuckers. Dungeons.
Well, I mean, so the unofficial fan episode, the fan titling would be Dungeon Fuckers Go to Hell, I think is the name of that.
Yeah.
That would be the secret name of that show would be Dungeon Fuckers Go to Hell. Yeah.
It's a secret.
It's
everybody.
A secret. Don't tell anybody. Yeah. The name's so cool, you can't even say it in chat. So that's all future stuff. That'll be things that we'll be announcing in more detail as we go. But basically, my plan is to do some prep for Saltmarsh, take a look at it, and then and jump in and take these folks over to that one. I think the adventure that's leveled for y'all is the last one, and I don't know yet how interconnected they are. So it should be interesting to take a look at that and jump into that thing. But for right now, for this week at the very least, and probably next week as well, we got Mad Mage Dungeon to do. We're pushing a statue into an energy field. So
by we mean 8.
Yes, by we mean 8. So this is the current situation, right? You are in this very weird room, which I feel like describes most of the rooms in this dungeon. There are 4 stone columns carved to look like elf maidens And in the center, visible to Makaria briefly during the effects of the spell, a field of transmutational energy. Next to it, to the east, a series of rooms contained within stone statues, which, Lauren, if you'd like to roll your eyes at my continued use of calling them statues, please go ahead. They're definitely statues, totally not petrified people.
Sure.
So you found them and you have dragged one of them, a youngish human bemustached figure, a rakish figure. You have dragged the statue back with the intention to push it into the energy field and see what happens. And all of this is being witnessed by a funny little creature shaped like a cube from another dimension, who has been marching around taking a look at things. So this creature is now watching you in neutrality as you go to push the statue in. And I believe that we ended on the actual statue being pushed into beyond the threshold. Now, yeah, exactly. 8, how much are you just like shoving it? Are you picking it up and moving it so your arms go into the field? Describe this action to me, please.
I do not want to touch the field. I do a slidey push over.
Okay, so this is an attempt to like slide it without having it like tip over, or are you just going to shove it over?
Yeah, let's try not to shove it over, and it'll smash, and the man will die when he comes to life. Actually, that's interesting. Because if you broke it and all the pieces fell into the thing, would you like reappear in like chunks of like
yes
blood?
I think I've always interpreted that to be the case, that if you had a stone statue that is a petrified person and they break and then you cast stone to flesh or whatever on them, either they come back as bloody chunks like a Quake 3 arena match, or the spell just doesn't work. But I feel like it's funnier if they get telefragged and there's chunks of them everywhere.
Okay. I'll try and be good, but we'll see.
God, I'm having Tomb flashbacks. Wasn't there a petrified guy in that too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
and I used an amulet or something.
That's right. It was the Medusa's ex-boyfriend.
We wasted that on that guy, didn't we?
I did waste that on that guy, yes.
All right, so you slide the statue. You push it in front of you out into the field, and as it crosses over the intangible barrier between the two statues, there is a moment of pregnant tension. There is a moment of destiny hanging in the air, and then nothing. The statue stares blankly back at you, mousy eyes, beady in its stony face.
Makaria like peeks her head around the corner, and it's just like, can we get on with it then?
So sad.
The strange cube creature, Cubey over here, looks up at you, 8, as if waiting for you to finish the job. There is an expectant look on its highly emotive face.
What do you want me to do? Well, it goes the other way, but I'm not going in it.
It makes a series of impossible to discern chirping and beeping sounds.
Maybe you have to trade. If you want that man to be unfrozen, then you have to volunteer to be frozen yourself.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that sounds useless.
Well, yes, it sounded useless the whole time, but you still insisted on trying to do it.
Because it was interesting.
The creature approaches you, 8, and stands at your feet and looks up at you and folds its little arms over. I was going to say its chest, but it doesn't have a chest, or its chin, I guess. Folds its arms in front of it and looks up at you, and then looks at the statue, and then looks at you again.
Maybe you have to pull it back out.
Then do the hokey pokey and turn yourself about. Is that?
Yeah, and then you put your right pie in. And
Yeah, put your stone man in. You take your stone man out. Yeah, that's how it works.
Let me just...
Jules gonna like look at the elf statues and just like tap them and be like, "Why aren't you working?" Not that she has any arcana, but she wants to.
Yeah, you can make a check. So I'll give you the description again. So the columns do support the ceiling, so it's not simply just statues of elves. It's, you know how sometimes they'll like carve a column to look like It looked like a thing, but it's still a functional column. So they're white marble, which means they're different from all the other stone in this room and this place. They're very out of place. They look like they've been installed after the fact. They are shaped in the likeness of a stoic female elf in flowing robes with a flowering branch clutched to her chest. They're all identical. It's all the same statue. They're not in different poses or anything like that. The walls of this place are carved to look like unicorns and bare branched trees. And then we know that a pale light filled the area if you looked at it in magic. And you can't see it otherwise, but you can feel it. There's an energy in the air.
Are the statues facing inward or outward?
They are facing in. Yeah, they all face essentially like a cross, like that.
Okay. They're like looking into the center. I don't know. Jewel, see you. Like, do they rotate? Maybe it's a switch.
You want to try to like move them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they do not seem to move. You place your hands on them, turn them back and forth. They're very, very solidly in place.
Well, that was worth a try.
It was, yeah. Did you want to make an Arcana check? I don't know how much more
Sure.
you can derive from observing them, but
I mean, 7.
with a 7, the answer is not much.
Yeah.
7.
Jewel's not a magic-oriented person.
No, you're fine. You got all the information that you could last time, anyway. I think.
Well, there's another door. We could always check that. Maybe there's a lever or something. I'm still like hiding behind the wall, poking my head out.
I think when you say that, that's when like Jewel will start like looking at the carvings on the wall and just see like, are any of them a lever or a switch? Is there
make an investigation check.
like out of place.
When it becomes clear that whatever the little drone, nice. Okay, so when it becomes clear while you're searching the room, while it becomes clear that whatever it is that this little drone guy is waiting isn't going to happen, it rolls its eyes in frustration or disgust or whatever, and then continues its little patrol around the statues. Jewel. Nothing else in this room, including the door over here, appears to be trapped or have any kind of hidden switch. Nothing you can detect with a very, very good investigation check.
Well, maybe it is in a different room, or
I mean, it does occur to you as well that you have seen, you've seen other people use magic items that require like a command word or something be spoken, or an activation behavior, hand signs, maybe a material component. Maybe you have to like wave something through the field. Magic does tend to require.
Yes. Does anyone have a stick?
Actually, yes.
What?
Jewel has half a 10-foot pole. She's got a.
That's right. You do have a severed 10-foot pole.
She'll lean in at the edge of her 5-foot square and like poke the statue.
Klaatu Verada. He said most of the words. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. So you wave the magic stick, the broken broom handle, your 5-foot pole. You wave it through the field, and nothing seems to happen. There's no effect.
Well, your ideas are interesting, but currently not effective.
I mean, your ideas are wasting our time. So,
how far away from the field does the the thing?
The quadrone? Yeah, the thing you don't know the name of. It tends to stay pretty close. It's like within a 5-foot radius. He's just like walking around.
Push it in.
You could try. Like you want to step back and wait for it to come past you and then just push?
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an attack roll, I guess.
I'll do a shove action, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so you get your shield and everything, so you just shield bash it.
First little man.
Okay. All right, so it needs to oppose with what? Dex or strength?
Athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, so it has neither of those. So
Roll bad.
okay, I got a 17 which beats your 13. And yeah, it's a Boston Dynamics type of situation. I think it like wobbles and its legs like kind of flop a little bit and it like, wobbles back. And then it turns and it looks up at you like you what, mate? And I think it like shoves your legs like angrily. And it makes a long squealing noise.
Go into there. I point at it. Go.
It poses threateningly. It puts its like little armed little fists on the side of it and looks up at you like, I dare you. Start something with me.
Shove it again.
I kind of do want to shove it again. But it is cute and I don't want to hurt it. I don't know, maybe if we explore the rest of the entirety of the level, then we'll find the magic words. Probably somewhere.
Yeah, they're probably etched on a wall behind a toilet somewhere at the other end of the dungeon.
If I turn around to look at the froggies behind me, are they any of them like look like they're making a gesture or like holding a
they're all like this. No, they look like I said it before. They look like they are like surprised, right? They're in the middle of something. It looks like they've been surprised by something and then turned to stone. So they're like in the middle of something. And they're just kind of like startled.
Well, this is useless.
I don't get it.
Neither do I.
Yes, fine.
But I'm used to not understanding things, so let's go.
I just walked through that field.
No, I went around.
Jewel's like, hey, man.
I'm not an idiot.
All right. And she'll open this door.
Okay. All right. So let me take a look at the room beyond. We'll say goodbye to our little planar friend for the time being.
We'll be back.
Okay. So let's see. You got a 23 on your investigation check, so I'll give you a little warning before you open the door. So you come to the door, and you can hear on the other side some kind of like grunting or snuffling, some animal noises. Now, not immediately on the other side of the door, but around, somewhere beyond. You can also hear like clicking, as if of claws on stone.
She will translate this information to the other groups and like draws her, I mean, she probably already had her sword out, but like make sure that she has her weapon well in hand as she very carefully opens the door.
Okay. So your idea is to open the door and like peer inside?
Yeah, I think she
make a stealth check then, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna stand behind this.
Yeah, behind cover? Okay. All right, let me roll.
Yeah, not looking at it because I mean, I don't know, I've played role-playing games.
It might be.
I love it when you do that, Dave. Where you just like you say something and then just trail off like grumbling. I just stand over here to play a role playing game. Before.
Yeah, it's my special move.
I got these pretzels, $5. All right. Okay, great. So, you crack the door open, and it slides open silently, and you are able to peer beyond and see what's on the other side.
Good.
So, on the other side, you see two slightly emaciated, but still quite enormous creatures. They have the body of a bear and the face of an owl and the claws of an owl and the feathers of an owl. Like they're big bear owls, you might call them, if you couldn't think of a cool name for them.
That sounds weird to me. I mean,
hoot bears? What do you think?
Hoot bears.
Hoot bears, I think is the, yeah.
Oh dear.
Well,
do they appear to have noticed Jewel when she opens the door?
They certainly have not.
Okay, so she will kind of like lean back to the group. Doesn't touch the door. She's like, owl bears. They're owls. I don't know. They look like something that like a bear and an owl did the nasty.
Winnie the Hoot.
Work.
I don't know. I should probably
I
know
mean,
what an owl bear is. I feel like they're popular.
I mean, like
Everyone
maybe.
knows that now.
I mean, Jewel might,
This is a
but
thing that I
I
wish
know.
if I were rewriting the monster manual, this is what I would do. I would put in every single entry, I would put like basic things that a character would know about them based on like certain stuff, right? To be like, everybody knows this about goblins. Some people know this. Only people who study them know this. This is like extremely severe secret knowledge. Like just a little paragraph in every monster. There you go. You can have that, wizards. That's yours for free. You can have that one.
So she
Wait,
kind of looks back expectantly at the rest of the group, like.
so is it one of
like-
Halaster's experiments again, or
Maybe, but are we gonna? They look hungry.
Anything good in there?
well, feed it that?
I mean, I
cube
can't
thing.
see anything else, and I feel like they probably have a reasonable ability to see in the dark and smell things.
Can you make a nature check for me real quick?
Sure.
Also, I
Just-
was looking for this hoot bear hand.
Ten.
If we could figure out how to unfreeze those,
So these hoot bears,
goats.
they look hungry. They're under their like there's feathers lying on the floor that they look like they've shed. They don't look healthy, is all I'm saying. They look like kind of emaciated and yeah.
could I make one into a zombie?
No, you do not have the capacity for that.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, we could try and unfreeze the goats and then feed them, or just throw the goblin. Did you already throw the goblin?
Goblin's already inside the circle. I don't know.
So,
That's
do we
just
want to
kill
aggro them?
Aggro.
Make them feel aggressive.
They're always aggressive. Yeah, let's just kill them.
That's their
Come on.
secret.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can just charge
so-
them. Just be like, owl bears.
I mean, Rin's not here to talk sense into the
So
party.
eight, when you look at them, yeah, we get that cartoon thing where you see the two owl bears kind of like snuffling around in the room, but then we see from Eight's point of view, and they disappear, and they appear as like big burlap sacks with XP written on the side of them, but they're still making owl bear noises.
They seem large and can't attack us both through the doorway.
You can see more of the room now, actually, too, and I can tell you a little bit about that. So in this room, which is unusually shaped, and from what you can see, the walls here they were at some point carved nicely to depict elves mounted on enormous elk parading through a forest. But it has long fallen into disrepair. There are big sections of the wall that have been scratched off, presumably by hoot claws. Yeah, but you see Thranduil everywhere, all over the walls. And then there is rubble laying kind of all around the outside edges, like along the walls. And you can't really make out what the rubble used to be because you're too far and it's like dim light and yeah, and you're kind of far away.
You know, I've never met a wood elf, but from all the depictions of them, they seem like assholes.
You would say that. Very well. If we want to bottleneck them at the doorway, then please.
Or
take
this
a ranged weapon or something.
small hallway would probably work too.
Just don't die.
So I mean, at this point, I think that maybe you notice because they notice the light at the door. So
Yeah.
As Ada's come forward, the light is spilled out into the door, and one of the owlbears looks up and turns and starts making kind of chuffing, hooting noises, which I'm not going to attempt to recreate for your
No?
entertainment.
Oh, but are you sure?
I should have just gone and gotten a sound clip of an owl and a bear and just overlaid them and then just played it at full volume.
Mash them both.
What
Like
what
a
if
keyboard sample.
you just throw some food at them and train them? Then we can ride them like those elk into battle.
And you said that.
Jewel
we
looks
have-
at all of our collective ability in animal handling and
Do you know how to train your owl bear?
Let me just check. Makaria, I've got a +4 to animal handling. Merkel helps,
That's-
handle
that's fine.
animals.
Let's shoot them now.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Makaria. Just go in the room and tame the owl bears.
Yes,
Do it like,
Jewel,
do
steps
fucking
back
like,
after you.
yeah. Just go there with your little clicker. Just put your hand up. I've seen Jurassic World. I know how this shit works.
I'm just gonna run away from a T-Rex in heels. Yeah, it'll be great. No, it's fine. You go ahead and go first. I'll stay right here.
So this one has started coming over to
Jewel is
investigate.
like, what if we get one of them to come into the circle?
Great idea.
Yes.
Was there an owl bear in the frozen rooms? I don't remember
No,
seeing.
this is
No.
because we would have had the whole hoot bear conversation earlier.
Let's. Yeah, that's a great idea. We
Yeah,
should
Jewel.
do that.
Jewel's gonna back up
Oh,
when she sees it coming towards them.
Yeah, so they're both kind of coming to investigate now.
I will also back up.
And sneaks. Yeah, she's like,
I'm gonna stand behind this pillar. Me and my skeleton friend.
in an ideal scenario, she would like to sneak in after the first one gets in and close the door so they can kill one at a time.
Mm.
Not bad.
So possible she's gonna try and like hide.
I will not try and hide. I will be like, owl thing, this way. Yeah.
Okay, so before you really have a chance to do anything, seeing the owl beast, the little cube stops and draws from a quiver on its back, draws an arrow, and draws the arrow back and points it at the owlbear and makes a threatening sound.
Yes, tiny cube.
no.
Kill the
Hide behind the magic.
Aggro. I'm gonna stealth even if it's not relevant. 'Cause it feels
The bear takes a few steps into the room and bellows loudly. It's somewhere between a screech and a roar. And the tiny cube thing extends itself as far as its little stick legs will carry it, make it as big as it can. Its wings flutter out from its back, and it makes it stands its ground. It makes a squealing modem noise at the bear.
Oh.
Threatening beeps. They seem to be having a face-off.
come attack the cube thing there, owl.
So you're not sure if it can understand you or not, but when you say something, the cube looks back at you, Makaria, and makes a face. Can you make an insight check? I want to see if you can understand basic humanoid emotion.
I roll a 23
Okay.
on my insight check.
The look in its eyes, however alien this creature may be, the look in its eyes is a look of like, this shit's about to get real. Will you help me? Right? It gives this look like I can't do this by myself, friend.
I cast Toll the Dead on the owlbear.
They're gonna cast it on the cube.
I thought about it. I thought about
He
it while I
extends
was
a look
thinking
of
about
trust and desire, and you're just like blamp, and he just blows up.
I mean, I could have. I thought about it, but
Okay, so hold on. They're facing off. There's this moment of tension. Let's all roll initiative.
Okay.
And see where we go from here. I'm gonna try something with my macro. I've never done this before. Hold on. So you can roll the initiative modifier is clear. So I have this macro that lets me roll initiative for any token I've selected. Now I've never tried to select multiple tokens and click it. If I blow up the universe, I'm sorry. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, it just does one. All right, good. Good to know.
If I blow up the universe.
Okay, Hoot Bears.
you can change my initiative is 16.
Should be 16? Okay. Yeah. All right. So, all hell breaks loose, and the Hoot Bears rush into the room. We're gonna let it ride on your stealth check. Julie, you're still hidden. There's no reason for you to like reroll or anything. I don't think the light situation is different enough to matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yes, the bear screeches in anger and rushes into the room to attack. It gets up on its hind legs and goes fucking full revenant on this thing and swiping.
Wait, full revenant?
Yeah, like the movie, not the undead creature.
So
So this thing is the bear from the Revenant, and the quadrone is
the Revenant from the Revenant
is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Is Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, did I not tell you that this little creature was played by Leonardo DiCaprio in this episode? Sorry, they should have mentioned that.
I have
Is
no
there
idea.
even one Revenant in the Revenant?
I believe that Leonardo DiCaprio is the eponymous Revenant in that film because he dies, but then isn't really dead, and he comes back to life.
Got him.
He's kind of a Revenant. Okay, so anyway, let's see. Armor class is set here. All right, so one beak and one claw attack. So it rears up, whoom, swings a claw, and strikes the little creature, dealing it a painful blow. So there's a slash, sparks fly from the owlbear's claws. The thing gets turned aside, and then it lunges forward. Razor beak snapping, but not Razor Beak the Transformer, just a razor beak, knocking the creature to the floor. The bear is now on top of him. He's unconscious. He's fallen. He casts one last look back at his friends, and then his little eyes flutter shut. The bear roars at the rest of you. It can't see Jewel. Roars at the rest of you like, back off. This is my food. And looks like its plan is to drag the thing into the other room. The second owlbear comes to investigate and sees what's going on and holds its action there. So, let me get my initiative order back up here. All right, Makaria, your skeleton is not yet commanded to do anything. Jewel.
I assume the other one's in the doorway, so she doesn't know her ability to close the door, but she's gonna try because one owlbear seems better to fight than two. So I'm gonna take the disengage action so that it can't attack me. I guess no, yeah. Dash disengage.
Dodge action.
Bonus action. No, bonus action to disengage so I can move through it, and then my action to close the door.
So it can't AOO you if it can't see you, but I feel like if you get within 5 feet of it, there's no more stealth.
Yeah, which is fine, which is why I'm gonna take the bonus action to disengage so that it can't.
This owlbear can't AOO.
But I don't think either of them can.
No, I meant that's the one you're trying to avoid AOO.
Yes. So then she quietly sneaks around behind it, very carefully trying not to get hit by it, and then sees the other one and just closes the door in its face.
Right. Okay. So
she's hoping it's maybe either not smart enough to open the door or she can lock it, but that's her action, is to close the door.
Okay. Yeah, they don't have locks, but you just swing it shut, and there's a muffled confused noise on the other side. Because the bear was like, hey, everybody's yelling, what's happening? It comes up, and then suddenly there's a door in its face. And the one over here, I think, probably hears that noise of the second owlbear, looks over its shoulder and sees you and bellows at you. You get a bunch of spit from its beak, bellows at you, get away from this thing. And now you've closed off its escape route. So it's not sure what to do. It's feeling pretty, tense. So you disengaged, you moved, you're still disengaged. There's a door.
My action was to close the door.
And your action, interact with object, close door. Okay, perfect. 8.
I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I'm gonna stab an owlbear.
Okay, yeah, the bear is roaring at you, back the fuck off, this is mine. But it has already taken its turn. So yeah, go ahead and make your first attack.
Owlbear. Do what I want. It says a 16 hit.
Yes, it does.
All right. Become stabbed. 11 points of damage.
Okay.
He's marked.
Okay.
I'm gonna stab him again.
All right.
Woo.
Mark the owlbear has been stabbed.
25 will hit, and we'll do another 14 points of damage.
Nice. Okay. All right. So yeah, you rush forward with your javelin, shield up, and stab the owlbear twice. It bellows in confusion and hungry rage.
Good.
On the floor, I'm gonna roll a d20 for our little friend here.
Come back to life. Don't die.
That is an 8. That's one failed death save for.
Wait,
our
the
little
Modron gets death
I'm
save?
gonna give him death saves. I think we like him enough.
We don't like Copper enough. Well, he was.
Copper was a piece of shit. All right.
I needed him.
Well, anyway. All right. So the little Modron has taken one failed death save. It dreams of a land of gears and oil. Makaria, it is your turn.
I think that there's a moment of confusion where I'm when 8 rushes up and starts stabbing it, where I'm I thought we were trying to get it to come through. Oh, God. Ugh. And I will cast Toll the Dead on owlbear friendo. DC 15 Wisdom save.
How wise is an owlbear?
How
That's a
wise
lot
is
of
an
damage.
owlbear?
This owlbear is 15 wise.
Well, it takes no damage.
That's right.
Look at that 23.
It would have taken 23 if it was less wise. And then I will use my bonus action to command my skeleton to stand within visible range of the owlbear and make come on, boy actions on this side.
Okay, good. All right. Cool. All right. So, the owlbear on the other side of the door from Jewel, is going to attack the door. So it roars and starts like clawing at the door because there's food and there's pain shouting from its like friend owlbear on the other side. So it makes a claw attack on the door, which is a big hit. What did we say that these doors? They're like AC 15 with 2d8 hit points. I think is what we were doing for last time.
I don't remember.
I think that's a stone door.
I don't think you told us. But
I think that's the generic like stone door. So let's, you know what? Even if I rolled 16, the door is sundered by this claw attack. So yeah, you shut the door. You're like, owlbear problem solved. And on the other side, you hear this huge bellow, and then the door is just smashed off of its hinges. And shattered. Now let me double check real quick because this will mean there's a second attack on you. Let me see if Undermountain has a specific hit point in AC for its doors. I do not believe that it does. They are thick. Oh, they're not even stone. They're thick, sturdy wood. So yeah, AC 15 and then and then 2d8. Okay, so yeah, it shatters the door. And then follows up with a beak attack on Jewel on the other side. So here we go.
that's bad.
It gets a 15. A 15. Narrowly missing you. So razor sharp beak snaps shut in the air. You scramble backwards.
I think Lauren is frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
It's-
Yep.
it's one
Sure
thing.
is. Jewel stays perfectly still. There we go. Okay. And now we have two half
Sweet.
Blue Jays. That's all right, Dave. It's just still me and you. We're good.
I'm here.
Frozen in fear. Well, yeah, but no one can see you because you're gone.
about-
There you go. You want to lean the other way, so you're Makaria again.
Oh,
There you are. So, okay. So she's fine. She doesn't have to do anything. Makaria, do you want to make like a check for your skeleton of some kind, maybe?
Would it be animal handling? In which case it would be wisdom
To try. Well, see, the thing is, like, yeah, to try to like goad it away.
or persuasion, which would be charisma.
I'm just trying to think of a situation in which it would charge the skeleton, because just gesturing won't make any difference, right? Being like, "Come here, boy," like it's not a dog, and it's protecting what it thinks is food, and 8 is hurting it. I
It's
just
not
don't.
like
I don't.
it wasn't.
Okay, I think the skeleton just stands there like waving and gesturing.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I understand that it's not a mechanically great thing.
No,
for
that's
the
okay.
skeleton to do.
Look at that. It worked out great. You jumped right back to where you were. Perfect. Hi, welcome back. You almost got bit by an owlbear, and then you didn't get
Not
bit by
quite.
an owlbear. And then
Sorry about
Makaria's skeleton did nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's just no fictional circumstance under which the owlbear would be taunted enough by a skeleton to leave both prey and a threat
Unless
and
the
charge
skeleton had nice meat on its bones.
it. Yeah, even then. It's your turn, Jewel. There's an
That's a
enormous
skeleton.
owlbear
Cool.
that just tried to kill you. Welcome back.
There are 2 owlbears now.
Mhm.
So my plan with the door did not work.
Yeah, I mean, it worked great, and then the door just didn't. The
Just
door is
didn't-
gone.
Didn't pull its weight.
Yeah.
I'm just reloading because
Yeah, that's okay.
Roll20 borked. I think probably stabbing the one that has been stabbed and backing up out of the place that will be sandwiched between an owlbear and or the owl end and the bear end of 2 separate owlbears.
That's right.
That just seems like a problem. So let's back up.
Okay.
Find myself on this very large map.
I can shift. I'll shift click you. There you
Thank you.
go. Yeah, welcome back.
So let's go. I guess we're gonna disengage. and we're gonna go much farther back.
Okay.
Bonus action, disengage.
Yep.
If I can. Just like waves at the owl bear.
Bye.
And probably the same side that 8's on. She's gonna come. I feel like to here, but we
Okay.
do want one of them to go into the thing. So maybe all the.
Yeah, I'm gonna push that one. I'm gonna push it so good.
I mean, the direction you're at right now, you're not going to push it into the anything.
I can circle around it.
You can
That's
move.
great.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So she'll go to here, and then her actual action will be to stab.
Okay.
There are 2 of them, and one of them's got to die, for sure. And then the other one maybe gets turned to stone. Hard to say.
So you still got your action. You still got a stab. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Let's go in with a stab.
Yeah, it's a hit. You got 17.
Nice. And I have a buddy, so I can sneak attack for 19 damage.
Damn.
19 damage.
All right. So you evade being murdered by the owlbear, run off around the corner, and then stab this other owlbear who is now bleeding profusely onto the floor and howling in pain. It becomes angry and frustrated, and like you're right next to it now, and there's 2 people poking at it, and it just really wanted food, and it's enraged. Let's see if it.
I feel a little bad.
Let's see if it lasts the turn. 8.
Well, we got this one to stab. Or should I push this one and then hope the other one gets into? It's hard to know.
I say take care of one, and then we can try and toy with the other one.
Okay, yeah, let's
But
stab
2
this
are
one.
much harder to deal with than 1.
Yeah. Stabbing commence. 17. That'll hit. Since it did last time. 10 more damage.
Okay.
Is it still up?
It is. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'll stab it again. 20 and 13 more damage.
All right. Now it's definitely dead. With one last pathetic bellow, the owlbear sinks to the floor, dead.
Good. And I will, because I don't want it to hit Jewel, stand like here, maybe? And then we can do some weird shoving sort of deal next turn. I don't know how we're going to do that.
Okay. Are you good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Modron 20.
That's 1 and 1, so it's a 15. Let me go ahead and update my failure or success meter. Okay, there you go. So it's one failed, 1 succeed. Makaria, it's your turn.
We have one owlbear left and the other one's dead.
Yeah, I
Yes.
stabbed one.
Unfortunately, the second owlbear got enough XP from killing the door that it's now leveled up. So it's a super owlbear. So yeah.
I don't know what we're supposed to be doing. I thought we were trying to tempt one into the square.
Yes, I'm just standing in the way so it doesn't maul Jewel to death like that door.
Or you could all stand not in the way so it could actually get in the square. I don't understand what we're
I
doing.
mean, the problem is that it
cast-
will move before Jewel moves.
I
and
don't.
it-
I'll cast. I cast Toll the Dead on the owlbear.
Okay.
Like the 8 somehow subconsciously they understand initiative, but the rest of us don't. We're like, why aren't we just?
This is what 8 was programmed for. This. It's a perfect character for Dave. Okay, so this is a wisdom save. 16. Wise ass
Get in.
owlbears.
Damn, owlbear's so wise.
Okay. All right. So the second owlbear.
Don't run from me. Don't you dare.
I'm gonna make a roll here. I rolled a 16. Okay, that owlbear, like again, like it was up on its hind legs, like making noise, and slashed the door, fell down, tried to kill Jewel. Jewel ran off. It makes a low, like angry sound, and then like turns its head and just goes back into the other room.
Okay.
Okay, Makaria, your skeleton continues to gesture, gesticulating wildly.
Stop that.
Jewel, it's your turn.
Heal the Modron. Heal it. Stabilize it.
Sure. She will go up to the Modron and make a medicine check.
Yeah, okay. Make it a disadvantage because you have no idea what the hell this thing
for
is.
Sure. Yeah. Does 8 say that out loud? Like, is 8 like
Quick, rescue the tiny creature.
17?
Okay. All right. Yes, you stay
even
with this, even with your
Don't die.
ability. Yes. So you try to like mop up the bluish black like goo coming out of it that looks like blood, and then put pressure on its semi squishy cube surface. It doesn't appear to be like I don't even know if these things breathe, but it doesn't look like it's dying anymore.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, nice.
I mean, that's her turn.
Ovid, if you could drag it out of the way as well, so I could push this.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, you can't do both.
Okay.
8 is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna grab this bleeding Albert. I'll chuck it in the circle. Just to see.
You're gonna try to lift it up like over your head and throw it into the thing.
I mean, yeah, I'll like push it. Or
Well, there's people in the way. You can't push it through them.
I'll throw an Albert.
How heavy is an owl bear?
Oh. How much is a bear? How much?
Several
But
hundred
half
pounds.
it. But an owlbear should be
Yeah,
lighter.
right.
They probably
Maybe
have.
even tons.
But they don't have. They don't fly. So how much does an owl bear weigh? All right, Google, do it. Fucking do it. All right. Here we go. A full-grown owl bear can weigh up to 1,500 pounds.
It's emaciated though, right?
I mean, even at like 2/3 of its normal weight. Let's have you make an athletics check.
Yeah.
If you can make a DC 20 athletics check, you can get under it, lift it over your head, and hurl it into the field.
Okay, sweet. Everyone was disappointed when we stopped hoisting. I'm bringing it back, everyone. Let's go. Throw that out.
So 8, what does this look like? Your inability to hoist the owl bear?
I think it's like because it's like all limp. It hasn't rigor mortis yet, so I'm like trying to pick it up, and its arms.
It's also like all feathers too, so you probably get lost in them. Like you go to grab the outside of it, and you fall in partway because the fall of its flesh is like under, and so you're like trying to lift a mattress. Like it's very awkward. Okay.
I'm just trying to like push it and pick it up. I'm like, get out the way. Oh.
So the other owl bear is not going to try to fight you. So I think we can probably go. And the drone is now out of initiative order, or now out of danger. So we can turn the initiative off.
I will then walk around to where everyone is.
Yeah.
And see 8 trying to pick up the owl bear, and I'll be like, well, that's silly. And I pick up the Modron and throw it into the thing.
I knew you were doing
So you just like grab the Modron and huck it into the field. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, why would you
Jules
do
just
why would
watching
you do the
Abe
one that's bigger and
seven.
heavier when you have one that's smaller and not as heavy?
Yeah. Okay. So it's just like it's
So
a
it's just
metallic
mouth.
cube
It's
with
like-
little floppy like sticks for arms and legs, and you just throw it in, and it just like rolls, as well as a cube can. Roll a
Is that what
roll a
you
d6.
wanted?
Let's see what face it comes up on.
Oh, okay. Let's see. It comes up on a 2. What side of the
I
Modron
don't
is
have, I
that?
literally don't have a d6 handy. If the 1 is on top, the 2 is like to the front of that. Who has a d6
the 2 is on the front.
If the 1 is on top? Okay, so it lands on its face and slides slightly.
Okay.
So you pick it up, and you throw it, and it just goes like this. Thump. Like, so its legs are sticking out towards you, and it's just laying on its face. It just occurred to me that this thing is more or less SpongeBob SquarePants in terms of like basic body size.
Is that what you wanted? Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing
This is a
happens.
strange magical thing, just like all of those doors. We don't know how to work. There's no damn owner's manual because Halaster's a mad mage. Can we just continue?
Want to see what else is in the room. We've killed one. Maybe it will be sad knowing it is alone. Maybe we should kill it as well.
Quadrone cube pants.
We could also just put Halaster in here. You dragged him all the way out just for fun
That's
at this
true.
point.
Go and push him over. I don't think he's real anyway.
I don't think Halaster's real.
I don't believe in Halaster.
I'm on several subreddits where I talk in great detail about how I don't believe in Halaster. So, yeah, what do you want to do? There's currently a alive but unconscious planar creature in this energy field, and there's a statue in the shape of a guy with a mustache. There's also a dead owlbear lying nearby.
And also a stuffed goblin.
Right, and stuffed goblins, yeah.
All right, I go in and I get the Modron out. Go on, whatever it is. Whatever it is.
It doesn't affect you. There's no effect.
Why did we waste so much time?
You
on
feel a
this thing?
strange, like, tingling of magical energy, but no effect.
Okay. I pick up the Modron.
I go back and fetch my Skellington. Come, Skellington, let's.
How big is it?
How big is what?
The Modron.
It is exactly 5 feet by 5 feet, I guess.
No, I got to pick it up and take it with us. Like, how big is it? Where do I tie it on?
Let me see how big these
In my backpack?
fellows are. It is a medium construct, so it technically is the same size. It takes up as much space as you do. And it doesn't say how
Okay,
like.
Why
big
is
it is.
Cube Pants being auto-modded?
All right, so I'll get the Modron.
Because Automod lives in a pineapple under the sea. So yeah, so you just pick it up. Yep.
And like it's got. Could you make the token bigger again for a sec, please?
Which one? Oh, you want to take a closer
And
look?
bigger for me, please.
Sure. Hold on, let me do it so everybody can see it. Zip.
Yeah, there's like bits and bobs onto it. All right, I'm gonna hook the length of chain I have onto it, wrap the chain around my stomach, and just like have it dangling off my side near my sword, and we'll just take it to a place.
Right, like a papoose, just like
Yeah, just like or like wrap it on the shield like they do with the like the bandits do in Borderlands or whatever.
it's too heavy to strap to the front of your shield, but you could wear it on your back. I guess your backpack's on your back. So yeah, the only place you could have it dangling from the front of you like a baby,
like a
from a
blink.
papoose. Yeah.
No, we do it like a massive metal chain around, and it's just
It's
like
blank.
dangling like a huge emblem.
Okay, cool. So you're the Flava Flav of this dungeon.
Yeah,
And it's now okay. Good. So you wrap it up in rope or whatever, and then have it hanging around your neck, and it's like taking up the whole front of you. And as long as you're carrying this thing around, you pretty much have like disadvantage on any attack roll because it's like it's a
That's
it's a
fine.
person.
I'll put it down.
And it'll take an action to doff or don your Modron
necklace.
front pack.
Yeah. Do I get AC increase though? That's a good point because it will hit.
You're considered partially covered.
Yeah, sure. I think for attacks from like direct attacks in the front will give you partial cover. But if they hit the thing's AC, then it takes the hit instead.
I'll put it away. I don't want it to get hurt.
Okay. All right. So I've made a note of how long it'll take for this thing to wake up. Let me add it to my list of things I'm counting the hours
It's
for.
going to be really upset as well because we've taken it out of the thing, but we're not staying here for another 14 hours or whatever it is.
Okay.
Right. So at this point, Jewel watches all of this and she's like, so room full of dragon skeletons or another owl bear?
That's just, it ran away in fear. We should definitely
Go
carve up
after
its
it.
carcass and. What?
You can see what else is in the room.
All right.
It
That's a
might
whole other space.
Yeah, you want to go in the other room and look around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jewel will go in cautiously because she assumes the other owl bear is
Yeah.
still in.
The other owlbear has gone over here and exhaustedly laid down in a pile of rubble. Yeah, so as I described to everyone before, the room is quite large. There is rubble kind of strewn all around this area and that area, various chunks of stone, what have you. And then the walls are carved with pictures of Lee Pace riding an elk.
Where did it go? Can't see this.
Oh, I moved the little guy. You don't have to worry
there's-
about dragging him around. He's not going to do anything.
There he is. Okay, that gives us we can traverse the rest of the room without getting too close to him. Won't freak out.
Now, nothing about this room indicates like, well, make a nature check, I guess.
Nature.
Yeah, either Makaria or 8 do with advantage as the two of you get your first look at this room.
Okay.
I want
You're smarter than me.
yes.
Ten?
10.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't. There's a big bear laying on the
There's no
floor.
food in it. I mean, it's bad. It's not where you should keep animals. Don't do this. Don't be like Halaster.
So,
Welcome to Halaster's depressive Soviet-era zoo.
Oh,
I
God.
will like, keep an eye on the owlbear, and I want to go take a look at this pile of rubble and see like what it is that has been turned to rubble.
Make a history check, please, Makaria.
History.
Yes. Because there's no archaeology skill.
13.
Okay, so you find the rubble appears to be mostly you find like decorative stone, so stone with like leaves carved into it. You find a bunch of pieces of it's like a puzzle, right? It's like somebody scattered stone puzzle pieces all over this area, and as you sort of make your way through, you can see like a hand clutching the hilt of a sword. You see some leaves, some decorative leaves. You see a piece of a shield. You see stone carved to look like cloth, maybe the hem of a robe or a cloak. You see, and this is, I think, for Makaria, this is the piece that helps you sort out what it is. You see what looks like the edge, maybe like an eye, a cheekbone, and like the edge of an ear of an elvish face in repose. It looks like it's like sleeping. Which I think Makaria would probably recognize as being like, well, the surface.
Elvish.
Well, it's the surface of a sarcophagus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are there any skeletons?
There are not.
Those fucking bears.
So while Makaria is examining the smashed sarcophagi, Jewel, what are you doing?
Just gonna look around and see if there's anything interesting in the room that's not the smashed stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna
probably
do
with some level of I'll do investigation.
A Jewel investigation? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Well,
19.
You and your invisible gloves, you find there is there's a secret chamber.
Secret chamber.
Yeah, a secret chamber. There's a
Secret
secret chamber
tunnel.
here. I will also tell you find one other thing in the room. So lying amid the rubble. Actually, Makaria, you find this thing because it only takes like time to search the room. So you spot it when you're over here, as you're like looking around. I'll draw a mark on the map because you can't just go pick it up. Well, you could, I guess, if you wanted to. It's right there.
Oh, it's over in the rubble.
So Makaria, this is what you see first. You see a fairly large clay pot lying amidst the rubble, painted with images of a barefoot elven druid leading a march of small uprooted shrubs that seem to be walking of their own accord.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so you see like it's like a Pied Piper of Hamelin situation, but with shrubbery. So you see that it's on a pot. It's lying over here by this owlbear. And the owlbear, I think, is like lying like with one arm around it, with its like head on the side of it. As if protecting an egg. And then up here, we discover there is a secret chamber
secret tunnel
on that wall. So there's a secret chamber there. There is part of the debris, and I think maybe you notice it because there's a scratch, like a big owlbear claw scratch that's revealed part of the mechanism. So the actual switch is broken, but if you reach into the alcove and like pull on the latch, you should be able to get that thing open.
Oh yeah, 100% she opens that door.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you click the button, and the doorway, the secret doorway, slides away, revealing on the other side an An alabaster sarcophagus sitting atop a 1-foot-high block of granite, a massive alabaster sarcophagus with its lid carved in the likeness of a regal elf of indeterminate age and gender with a yawning cat stretched out on the elf's chest. The cat is part of the lid's carving, not a separate sculpture or a real cat. It's a real cat, and it's like, holy shit, thanks.
It's a real cat that's been trapped in there for like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Jewel,
The cat's name is Alabaster Sarcophagus.
Jewel turns back to Makaria and is like, found a dead thing.
Yes, well, I found something for you to steal.
Excellent.
Why don't you two swap? I will keep staring at this owlbear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I will point to the
owlbear
thing.
is asleep currently.
I will point to the thing and be like, it's there.
Or like so exhausted that it does appears to be asleep, right? It's just like lying there like snuffling quietly to itself.
So the two of us just cross the room.
Yeah. Whole high
Yeah,
five
we
on the way.
exchanged places.
Okay. All right.
I look at my elven skeleton person and I say, so is this you? You related to them?
The skeleton has nothing to say, but if it could, it would say, not all elves are related.
And then I will examine the sarcophagus.
Okay. Make a investigation or a perception check.
I think I'm just perceiving the sarcophagus personally.
If I were more of a nerd and I had nerd amounts of time, I would go through every D&D adventure ever published for 5th edition and make a reference to every time it calls for a perception check or an investigation check so that I could finally figure out what the hell the point is of these things. Because a character who inspects the sarcophagus closely and succeeds on a perception check, inspecting it is investigate. Ugh, whatever.
Anyway,
So
I probably didn't succeed.
you do not succeed. Whatever the number is, you don't get it.
I get distracted by the cat.
Yeah, there's a carving of a kitty on there. Speaking of kitties, Jewel, what are you going to do? There's an owlbear sleeping next to this big clay urn. It's a
Jewel
pot,
looks
not an
back
urn.
at 8. And she's like, this may result in me getting murdered. But I want it.
Sounds
I don't
familiar.
think I could stop you if you wanted to. I will stand close enough that I could stab it.
That would be great. Thank you. And she's gonna,
Yeah, so 8, if you'd like to get into position.
she's gonna sneak her way in and try and Indiana Jones this. Like she's gonna like pick up
So 8, I don't know if you're going to be able to get that close. Like it,
Oh, okay.
as you get close, like you make noise when you move. And I think that it like opens its eyes as you get closer. Like, I think once you get to about like there, it starts like growling at you,
Okay.
like hissing. Get away from me. It doesn't have the strength to like roar and like chase you out of the room, it seems like, but it still doesn't want you coming any closer.
Yeah, I put the modron down next to me. I'm like,
Jewel,
I'll have to be here. I can't prepare an action. Like, I'll go as fast as I can when it happens.
don't you have a javelin that can be thrown?
Yes, that's true.
Just like looks at the arsenal on their back.
Yeah, okay. I'll ready an action. If the owlbear moves, I'm going to throw a javelin at it.
Okay. All right.
Well, sorry. If the owlbear swipes or bites at
All
Okay.
right. 20 stealth.
All right. Let's
Jewel
see.
hides
And your
herself,
intention is to sneak up. Basically,
Yep.
this stealth roll covers all of it. It's sneak up.
Yep.
And then try to take the.
Yeah, and I can do like a sleight of hand to
right.
just trying to like carefully pick it up, and then if it's still holding on to it, like swap it with something else.
So it's a perception check. That's a good roll. You got 20. It has advantage because it's an owlbear.
Yep, that's
Let's
fine.
see how we do. All right. So you're able to do this without being detected. Describe
Like a
describe what it
super
looks like.
for Jewel. So Jewel, like she tucks in while the owlbear is upset with 8 and like growling at him. She like hides like under the rubble, and then she just like very gingerly picks her way over it, like stops when it makes a noise and then
Do that thing in the cat videos where like you hide behind the wall and it moves slightly up, and then you look out and it's like moved closer.
Yeah.
And it's still, and you're like, oh.
and she gets up to it, and then she like picks up like a rock or something that's kind of close, like this sort of thing, and she carefully slides the pot out and like slides the other thing in, and and backs away really quickly.
Okay, excellent. So let me see here. I will put this in your inventory here. You should be able to see it.
Is Jewel getting more weird magic items?
I hope so.
Okay, so you should be able to see it now in your magic item list. Go ahead and just read it to yourself what it does.
I think like a cat with a kill, she like goes all the way into the corner and then just starts looking at it. Like, yeah, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, you have this pot.
The whole time that's
I'll leave
happening,
that up so chat can read it too.
the whole time that's happening, I'm just like conversing with my skeleton about like, well, if you really think it's so important, then why don't you take a look at it? And basically
We
saying
need to
like,
go take some downtime.
I couldn't perceive whatever, but I'm basically like doing the thing where you talk to yourself when there's like a pet around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To Jewel.
No, to the skeleton, to my skeleton.
Yeah,
Can
the
my skeleton
doesn't.
roll a perception check?
No, no. Even if it could perceive, it wouldn't be able to communicate with you. It is a mindless automaton.
Okay, well, I'm pretending like I'm telling my skeleton to make a perception check, just like you would your dog.
Eventually, Jewel will finish looking at it and be very excited, and then it's gonna like go up to 8, and much like a small child asking for permission for something, like, will you carry this out?
Yeah,
your
it weighs
bag?"
10 pounds.
Yes.
I'll tell you
Is
what
it
it
big
does.
enough? Can we put it in the bag? Shove it in the bag?
Yeah, you can just jam it in there.
All right.
We're gonna get a tree pet.
Oh, so it does what is on the pot.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
I'll read the description, everybody. If one plants an ordinary shrub in the pot and lets it grow for 30 days, the shrub magically transforms into an awakened shrub at the end of that time. When the shrub awakens, its roots break the pot, destroying it. The awakened shrub is friendly towards whoever planted it. Absent commands from its creator, it does nothing.
So it's
Oh,
a shrub.
But a friendly shrub.
But like, yeah, a friendly shrub friend.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's
I think we should call it Groot.
Yeah,
If you really
Elvish
want,
for great root.
Yeah.
if you really wanted some kind of not quite alive creature following you around, I could instruct the.
I was thinking we could leave it in the bar and it could work the bar for us while we're gone.
You really think you could teach a
Yeah,
shrub?
let's see what an awakened shrub's stats look like.
Thanks. It's possible.
Yeah, that's fine. So an awakened shrub is an ordinary shrub given sentience and mobility by the awakened spell or similar magic. While it remains motionless, it's indistinguishable from a regular shrub. It can attack you with a +1 to hit and deal 1d4 -1 slashing damage. It has an intelligence of 10.
Oh, it's
So-
more intelligent than me.
Smarter than Macaria. Might as well.
I could
This
definitely
just in.
bartend.
Macaria, not as smart as a shrub. So the shrub could indeed learn to mix drinks and clean the bar, and yeah, definitely.
This is gonna be great.
For everyone's
Hold on, does
reference,
it have the ability to communicate? Let me see.
for everyone's reference, Macaria has 8 strength,
Oh my
8
God, it can-
dexterity,
It's
8 intelligence, and 10 charisma.
now this doesn't seem right to me. It says languages, one language known by its creator, but it has no organs to speak. Like it can't. It's
Nor
just
does 8.
it's just a
Eight
plant.
doesn't
8 does
either.
though. Yes, 8 does. It knows, but normally when it says understands but can't speak, it'll say that. So I guess it
It
just speaks
can't talk.
magically.
It can talk.
Yeah, it's a magic talking
An
shrub.
animated shrub. I'd like
Hello, love. I'm Woody the Shrub. Yeah, so you can.
the
Yep,
best.
good. The awaken spell. Good stuff. So you have it's a tiny ent.
It's
So-
it's
You
a
don't want an
plant
ent to work the
relative.
bar because like last call and first call are the same. You're just like, can I get a beer? And he's like, All right. And then it takes.
Okay, what's its speed though? Because I don't think it's actually an ant.
I don't know. It moves as fast as a
Well,
shrubbery. Let's see. 20 feet. 20-foot speed.
So it's as fast as a zombie.
Yes. But it's a
So,
shrub.
Makaria, did you find anything on the dead person?
There was a cat.
Yes.
What did you find?
What?
What did you find
Where?
in that room? What was in the room?
There was a tomb with a cat on it.
Did you
Did
open
you
it?
Open it.
No,
Why?
because it didn't.
Jewel immediately goes back to the room.
Okay.
Yeah, just like unsheathing the sledgehammer. Just like, come on, man. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So you
I
head
didn't
back
even
over there.
try. I got a bad roll.
Enormous, regal-looking elven sarcophagus carved of purest alabaster, which I think is just like a white stone.
More like Alice
Never
Smash
marvel,
stuff.
I think.
Alice smashed her. It is a soft mineral.
Yeah, good for smashing.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Sure. Yeah. It's like marble, kind of. It's white. It's pretty.
Let's try and open it.
Okay. It's slightly translucent. Okay. Yeah. Make a perception check. 8.
Okay.
I will help if that's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. That's fine.
Do a roll.
Nice. Okay. So you got
See.
22. Jewel, I think you noticed this. Like, it is just going in there to do a smash. It's fake. It's a fake sarcophagus. There's no seam. There's nothing in it. It's just one. It's a big block. Yeah, it seems solid, which means it's very expensive. If you could get it out of here, but it probably also weighs like 8,000 pounds. So this sarcophagus is for decorative purposes only.
She points all of this out.
Yeah.
No, she will not add that it shouldn't be smashed. She just says it's solid and
Yeah.
Can you just knock the cat off and we'll just take that
It's
back?
part of the lid. It's not a separate.
But I thought, is it like, could it be carved out?
If you
I
had
mean-
stoneworking tools, yeah, you could.
Have Smith's tools and 20 strings.
No.
Smith's tools are not the same.
One is
You
metal,
can,
one
you
is
can
well.
use a chisel.
So are you going
There's no
to hit
chisel in
it?
smithing tools.
Oh, are you going to hit it or?
What about a
It's-
mining pick?
Yeah,
It
you could
seems like-
wail on it with a mining pick, sure.
Jewel assumes that Makaria noticed that it wasn't a real sarcophagus and just didn't tell them.
Sure,
So
fair.
she comes on like, you could have just told us it was made of solid rock and that's why you didn't open it. I don't. And then she just sort of like mumbles and walks away. Like, it's kind
I
of
mean, aren't they usually made of solid rock?
Well, usually there's a hole in them to put a body in.
Did the disembodied voice say that? Or
I mean, that's just I'm common sense here. We know what a sarcophagus is.
All right. I
I
have a hammer and I have a piton, and I'm gonna get this cat. I'm gonna get this cat.
God damn it!
All right, okay, you can. It's not about strength; it's about dexterity.
Okay.
So make a dexterity saving throw. We'll say
alabaster
DC
cat.
14. If you get it, you have a 20-pound alabaster cat. But it's not just a cat; it's like a chunk of alabaster with a cat carved on top of it.
I want a 20-pound alabaster cat.
Here we go. Most important roll of the session.
Do you have an
Here we go.
inspiration? No.
So at some point, you're just like, you put the piton on it. You get your hammer. You're like, okay, careful, dunk, and you just like break the cat's head off. Just
Like look around, just like. I just leave. I just leave.
just back away slowly.
I mean,
Didn't
the
work.
owlbears destroyed the rest
Nice.
of the sarcophaguses, so I don't know. That one was hidden.
Just close the door.
Why would you hide a fake sarcophagus?
Mad Mage.
But there's not even a...
Okay, so let me describe this other room before you all barrel into it. So, in this room, 3 stone tables lie shattered and strewn about the room, surrounded by ceramic shards. And then there's a hall on the other side that goes west from here.
Do the ceramic shards look like they used to be awakened shrubs?
They definitely look like pottery shards. Yep.
Oh my god,
Like
someone made one of
plates,
those shrubberies and then turned them
cups.
all into tables. It's an awakened table.
No, the tables are stone.
I don't know.
They look like they were like crockery and just smashed.
Yeah.
Like, crockery.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's hard to tell their original purpose.
That's true. If I was a dwarf, I'd know.
Yes.
I'm not. Because
We'll go around the course.
Okay.
Do you have any seeds, Jewel? What do you plan to plant in your new pot?
I will buy seeds when we.
I have some wonderful poisonous plants that you could plant in there.
That
An
might be a
awakened
problem for a
poisonous
bartender.
shrubbery would be great.
Okay. So as you come around the corner, the hallway continues west.
She looks around. The
Goes about
corner.
35 feet and then goes north from there. At the end of the hall, there is a stain. There's a dark, like brown, like reddish brown, like rust-colored stain on the floor.
Well, that's ominous.
Look at the ceiling above the puddle.
Yeah.
Of Brownica.
Like,
Oh
look
my
up.
god, excuse me. Scotchcraft in chat said, "Do you have seeds?" No, I haven't bought any.
Get out of here. So
I had
the
to
ceiling,
share that with
the
everybody.
ceiling is flat stone, 20 feet up. It doesn't appear to.
Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be anything. Now you do notice as you get closer to the edge that the hallway slowly and gradually slopes upward as it goes north.
Huh.
I look at the ceiling. Is there a drippy slime?
No. We just said the ceiling's just flat. Yeah, 8 already
Okay.
looked at the ceiling while you were making
Okay.
Goes up
dumb
to it
botany
and like,
jokes.
Hey, I thought it was funny.
It's the stain is long dry and seeped into the stone, like in the cracks below.
Ooh, is it blood? Oh, let me see.
Make a medicine check.
she steps around it like carefully over
I want
Okay.
to see if it's blood.
to give Makaria a chance to see if it's.
I
blood.
get a 17.
Yes, it does appear to be blood,
Ooh, someone might have died here. How much blood is it?
like a splatter of blood. I don't know.
Nah,
No-
Probably not enough to kill somebody.
All right, Dexter.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Like
Not a rolling boulder rolled down this thing and smashed someone blood, just like some blood.
there's just blood splattered on the floor. Yeah.
It doesn't say if it's like a pint of blood or
No,
like
there's
8
it. You can't. It's
pints
a
of
stain.
blood, or
It's not an
like-
amount. It's a stain.
When 8 says that, Jewel like looks at the size of this. Is this like a perfectly cubic hallway?
Yeah, it's the same height as it is wide.
And it stays the same height all the way up.
Yeah. It just tilts slightly.
That's what it is, probably.
Yeah, she looks back at 8 and she's like, "This giant boulder is gonna run down here, isn't it?" And
Well, that was my assumption.
probably.
Why don't you just interrupt the boulder? Aren't you like, I've tried to carry you up some stairs before. You're very heavy, 8.
It's true, but weight is based on both mass and velocity. Fine, I'll go up first.
Okay.
And I'm activating danger sense as well.
You don't have danger sense.
Okay.
I
All
do
right.
because I know what the trap is.
So there's a long hallway, and it just extends as far as your light allows you to see.
Yeah, Jewel's gonna see if she can find like the trap trigger or anything. Like what?
I have find traps.
Cast find traps.
I don't have any second level spells, and it's not a ritual, which is
What a
the
roller
stupidest
coaster.
thing. Why wouldn't find traps be a ritual? It seems
Because
like
then you just cast it every 10 minutes forever.
yes, I would.
Yeah, that's why it's not.
It would be great.
I think it's stupid.
Also, the whole concept of find traps is weird because what if
I've
it's
never
not
wanted
actually a
to-
trap? Like, what if it's just like a natural,
See, here's
like,
the thing. I'm
like
not
an
casting
avalanche?
it.
I don't find traps is a whole thing.
I'm not casting it, obviously, but it's like it doesn't even tell you like what the trap is. It just says that there is one. You don't even learn the location of a trap. It's the most useless
The trap
spell.
is you were born in the first place. Okay, so 8, are you gonna ascend up the hallway or?
Yeah, I think I'm
Fine.
going kind of slowly because I assume there's going to be like a pressure plate or a trick.
Okay, you can make a perception check as you go.
Is Jewel helping?
Yes.
Because that's what.
Okay, so the two of you have to stay close together then.
Yeah, she'll be like a square behind if that's okay.
Do you want to take the lead with your looking, but I'm just standing with my body, or is that
Sure.
not correct? Okay.
I mean, if that works, if we're allowed. So I will roll it.
Sounds like it.
Perception?
Yes, perception, please.
22.
Nice. Okay. Keep moving forward, and I'll tell you if you see anything.
Whoop.
I think it's like 8 steps forward and then Jewel steps up and then
Is this going to be one of those things where we think it's going to do it and just nothing happens all the way up?
Okay, stop there, 8. So, Jewel, you notice some slight discoloration on that section of the floor.
she like grabs at 8 like all of his stuff and she points at the floor.
Okay, how steep is this? Sorry,
I
I shouldn't ask that. That's a silly question. Would I be able to jump over the area?
What is your normal like running jump?
It's your
like
strength,
20
right?
feet.
Okay, then yes, absolutely. It's only what, 10 feet?
I just wasn't sure if it was like not high enough that I could do it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it'd be a little difficult, but with a 20-foot running like long jump, yeah, you're okay. It's not so steep that, yeah, it'd be definitely difficult because it's like partway up and partway forward. But yeah, I mean, you're strong enough. The same does not go for everyone in the party.
I'm definitely not. I have an 8
It's fine.
strength.
There might be a way to like disable it from up above. So
Also, my skeleton can't.
It's true.
Hop,
I could probably throw my.
jump,
Okay.
and then I land on the true trap.
Yeah. So you run, you jump, you land on the other side. Nothing happens.
Jewel, check the wall. Does the wall have like a different color or anything like that? Or does
Nope, just seems like the floor. The floor is like this section is made out of different stone, like different granite than the others.
she's gonna like climb up the wall and then like
Scramble across. Okay.
scramble over.
Sure.
Yes,
we know what happens when Jewel tries to jump.
just leave me here.
Fix the thing.
Don't
Probably.
step on this area. I'm gonna see if I can disable it.
I turn to my skeleton and I say, "Don't step on that area."
The skeleton says nothing, but you know that it now
The
cannot.
skeleton turns behind it to the empty air and says, "Don't step on that area."
All right, so you come around the corner. So it continues up. It flattens out here. This area is flat, and then this area goes up again, and then there's another way out there.
That can be 2 triggers. I guess we continue doing the same sort
Yep.
of.
It's moving
Situation.
carefully forward. All right. So as you come around the corner, up here above you, as you look, so we see it's just a dead end alcove, but on the floor, and again, this is like this one goes up, right?
Yep.
So you look up and you see an enormous eyeball. It is basically like 10 by 10, like a round, looking down from above, filling this whole alcove. And yeah, it's just got like a big gray like pupil on it, and it's like a sphere. And it takes you a second, but then you realize like it's actually just painted onto a stone sphere that is protruding from the ceiling slightly. It seems to be set into a like an alcove up above.
Okay, sweet. In which case, if we move forward again, checking that there's nothing like directly underneath it, I suppose.
No, the floor under it is like plain and normal. There doesn't seem to be any damage or anything.
Okay.
You're standing like directly under it, just like looking up into this huge eyeball.
Yeah.
Do
Because
you think you can hold it there?
well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I could probably put something down so that I could get an extra 2 feet of height and then just brace it. Because if I wasn't,
Don't you have a modron strapped to your chest?
Yeah, I'm not staying on the measure. I'll squash it. I weigh like 1,000,000 pounds.
Yeah,
like
it's 10 feet up, so it's like it's just above above. You can't touch it if you reach up.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna put some stuff down and make a little pile so I could get those extra 2 feet.
Would it be easier to let it drop, presumably if it drops, and then stop it before it gains momentum?
Yeah, if it only drops 2 feet, it can't be that heavy. And I can lift up to, God, what is it? Strength times.
I saw you look at the camera when Dave said it.
I mean,
can't
it's a 10 by 10 like solid stone sphere.
I have no like brain for how heavy or big things are.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Estimate is just I don't really do it.
It's like a car.
You'd guess it weighs like 4 of you.
Oh, okay. So probably not then.
Yeah, Jewel maybe like Jewel starts climbing up on
The
8.
eight. Let's say the last time you saw something like this, it was being fired out of a trebuchet at a castle.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So strength
yeah.
times 15 is for max load. So I'd have 300, and then you double it for lift and carry, so 600.
It would crush you.
And I count as another thing, so it'd be 1,200. So if 1,200 pounds is still more than it is.
Oh yeah,
Pretty good chance it would just fall out and smush you. Yeah.
it's at least a 10.
Jewel climbs up on 8. It's like, excuse me, I just want to, and then she wants to see if it can be like jammed or is there a mechanism?
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Is it clear how this thing works?
Do not critically fail this investigation check.
I don't have an inspiration, so
There you go.
Yeah.
So Ex Machinas in chat did the math for us. A granite sphere of 10-foot diameter is 89,000 pounds.
that's very heavy.
It's incredibly
23.
Okay, so you don't accidentally trigger the thing and it doesn't fall on you, but any mechanism that is holding this thing is obscured from your vision. You can't see it. It seems to just be like bloop, like stuck in the ceiling. It seems to be just like hanging above you. There's nothing obvious that that is holding it there.
Well, Makaria and her zombie probably can't jump over that without activating it.
Yeah.
So let's see if there's anything actually worth them coming over here for.
Okay.
Is probably what Joel would say next. Like,
And
she'll
I'm
just-
not adverse to being thrown.
I mean, she's not, Joel's not opposed to throwing Makaria, but she wants to make sure that it's like worth it for them to.
that would be pretty funny.
So we cut back to Makaria. Makaria, what are you doing?
I'm probably doing that thing that kids do where they're like, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
Not touching the trap. Not touching the trap.
I'm not touching it.
All right. So we see you, obviously,
I'm willing my skeleton to step forward and then be like, stop.
right, playing go stop with your skeleton. So while this is happening, we see you, obviously, like bored, and the camera shot is down the hallway this direction. So we see you, and then in the background, we see at the other end of the hall, we see a blurry shape come into view as a curious owlbear has come to see what's going on. I'm gonna get you to make a perception check, Makaria.
Okay.
But before I do, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a quick break here. We're gonna see if Makaria notices the owlbear as it sneaks up the hall to see what's going on. So it might be Makaria and her skeleton versus the owlbear. Someone might be crushed by a giant boulder. 89,000 pounds later, we'll see how it goes. Stick around, everybody. We will be right back.